Britain's Foreign Secretary only 6 years ago called Donald Trump a tyrant and a woman-hating, neo-Nazi sympathizing sociopath. He remains unrepentant.
Okay.
The Labour Party sent almost 100 volunteers to the US to help Kamala Harris in her failed campaign against the next president of the United States, Donald Trump. Foreign interference in a country's elections, by a ruling party of the UK government with the permission of the Prime Minister, these people are sent.
Yeah.
And now, Rachel Reeves, she's set to try and convince Trump, once elected next year, or once installed next year, to not put tariffs on British goods going to the US, keeping it free trade, maintaining that special relationship between the two countries. Really? Really? So I know that a politician should not take insults and attempts by foreign governments to prevent them from being elected, and should think more about the bigger picture. They shouldn't take all this to heart, you know.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Right? They should think about the bigger picture, the good of the country.
Oh, yeah.
But surely this should be a two-way street.
Yeah.
And the first thing that one needs before any negotiating is respect for each other, which sadly the UK government has failed to show. As Trump would say, bigly. So if it's in the best interest of the US to slap tariffs on UK goods, shrinking the world market share for the Brits, I'm sure that Trump would do so with a broad smile of satisfaction written all over his face.
Yeah.
Is Lammy going to change tack and apologise and say that he was out of order and wrong? Not yet. Will Starmer apologise for sending Labour militants to the US, trying to make Trump's pre-election life difficult? And what will Rachel Reeves offer the US in exchange for free trade between the two? Short and sweet.
Well, can I just say, complete disaster. I have never known. Okay, politics is politics, and as Donald Trump said the other day again, I've said it. It's tough, but this name called, okay, we all do it. Everyone's doing it, but it's a there was an agenda being played out, and it's backfired big time. I mean, let's just put it this way: the British administration doesn't have respect for its own citizens. It's not going to have respect for anyone else. And I'm going to say that it is one of the most incompetent, ridiculous administrations I've seen in my lifetime. I won't say one, it is, yeah. They are an arrogant bunch of buffoons, totally out of touch with reality. Calling Donald Trump all sorts of names was not even a political thing. It's an ideological thing, or whatever it is something that's come from elites. And I'm saying this to spell it out because I really do feel I just want them out of office. The British.
Well, they've been in 3 months.
I want them out of.
Give them a chance to screw it up totally.
I don't want it. It's my country, or it's my country of origin. I still, yeah, as a British voter, they have. Okay, they're run but won by the rules of the game, as it were. They have not won the hearts of the people, and it's deteriorating rapidly. I imagine in past times they'd already be thinking about having another election. Opposite the Heath government, if I remember rightly, or one. I know keep having elections doesn't really help the situation. The whole election was rigged like this. Yeah, David Lammy is a buffoon. I'm sorry. Every time I wanted to have a bit of respect for him and think, okay, he might be just genuine, trying to settle in all that. He's time and time again proved that he is out of touch. He's clueless. It's not even an opinion he has. It's just a string of words that come into his mind. Yeah. If it's a good job he is a politician, because he couldn't be good at anything else.
Well, he's not even good at politics.
Well, the problem is you don't have to be good at politics to become a politician. There's no criteria to actually be there. Yeah. And he, convince people that you're the lesser of the two idiots in some situations. Yeah. No, I really don't know. I mean, Donald Trump, I think, has a love of the UK, and he's always expressed that personally. And his mother was Scottish. Okay, well, Scottish is part of the UK. It is at the moment, anyway. Give us time with this administration to maybe change that. I'm just speechless a lot of the time. I can't be bothered to get angry about it. I can't be bothered to laugh about it, because you listen to it and you're thinking, what are you clowns up to now? They are. I really don't know where they're going. I don't think they do, or if they do, they're playing a very, very long game or clever game. I really don't know what to make of them.
You're what they call aghast.
Not really, because I wanted to be pleasantly surprised when they got elected, and I'm sorry to say I have not been pleasantly surprised. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So once I gasped, I'm not surprised. I've always had a dislike for Starmer. I think he's a devious little individual. I don't think he's an idiot. That's the trouble. I think he's doing everything quite deliberately, but I can't understand to what end. And when you're in his position, you employ idiots around you because you're always going to look good. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, with Reeves and Lammy, Rayner, he's certainly done it. I mean, he's the ringmaster of a complete circus.
A circus of freaks.
Well, yeah, they really are. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got a solution. That's the big problem. I can criticize. I'm offering a solution. Oh yeah, I'll offer a solution out this spring. I'm speaking directly to Mr. Starmer. Call another election now for early next year. Allow all interested people to come in and prove if people want you in, they will vote for you. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I don't care what Mr. Trump's opinion is of you. I really don't, because to be quite honest, I'm still trying to ignore my own opinion of this administration. I don't know. You'd have to ask Mr. Trump what his opinion is and what he'll do. I think they're panicking. I think the British administration is panicking.
Not quite, because as Rachel Reeves at Spiddle the Books, that she's going to spend. When she comes to the end of a spending spree, then she'll panic.
Yeah. Well, Donald Trump is a businessman. Really, he only understands bottom line. That's why he's appointed Elon Musk. He's appointed him. Whether or not I think that's a worthwhile task or position or not, I'm jury's out on it. Well, he's got Vivek there as well. No, the British administration, I don't care what Mr. Trump thinks. That has all got to be played out. Somebody's going to have to do something. if the UK has something Mr. Trump wants, he's a business savvy businessman enough to negotiate it, do the art of the deal with it. Yeah. I think the British government administration is in for a shock. They couldn't negotiate themselves out of a paper bag.
I think it's which is why the British government didn't want to leave the EU.
Yeah.
Because they would have to negotiate with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that there are British business people savvy enough.
Yeah.
So I used to be a consultant for a company in the UK, and I acted for them here in Brazil.
Yeah.
And here in Brazil, inflation is quite high.
Yeah.
Compared to the UK. Back then, it was even higher, and the company in the UK couldn't get to grips with the notion of high inflation.
Yes.
It was foreign to them. They just didn't know what it was. And they thought I was fiddling the books because I had to keep charging them more and more as time went on.
Yeah.
And they just thought I was just making it up.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get to grips with it. And there was one person in particular was so much far up her own Harris.
Yeah.
That she couldn't accept that she was wrong.
Yeah.